Hello, everybody. What's up? How are you? Well, I am as blessed can be. And today I want to speak to you on the subject of sanctity of life. Now, the phrase reflects the belief that because people are made in God's image. If you have your Bible or Bible app, please mark down the following scriptures. Genesis 1:26 through 27. Human life has an inherently sacred attribute that should be protected and respected at all times. While God gave humanity the authority to kill and eat other forms of life, Genesis 9:3, the murdering of other human beings is expressly forbidden with the penalty of being death. Genesis 9:6. Now, humanity was created in God's image, but sin has corrupted that image. There is absolutely nothing inherently sacred in fallen man. The sanctity of human life is not due to the fact that we are such wonderful and good beings. The only reason the sanctity of life applies to humanity is the fact that God created us in his image and sets us apart from all other forms of life. Although that image has indeed been marred by sin, his image is still present in humanity. We are like God, and that likeness means that human life is always to be treated with dignity and respect. Now, the sanctity of life means that humanity is more sacred than the rest of creation. Human life is not holy in the same sense that God is holy. Only God is holy in and of himself. Human life is only holy in the sense of being set apart from all other life created by God. Many apply the sanctity of life to issues like abortion and euthanasia. And while it definitely applies to those issues, it applies to much more. The sanctity of life ought to motivate us to combat all forms of evil and injustice that are perpetrated against human life. Violence, abuse, oppression, human trafficking, and many other evils are also violations of the sanctity of life. Now, beyond the sanctity of life, there is a much better argument against these things. The greatest commandment in Matthew 22:37-39. Jesus said, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the great and foremost commandment. The second is like this: you shall love your neighbor as yourself. In these commandments, we see that our actions are to be motivated by love for God and love for others. If we love God, we will value our own lives as part of God's plan to do his will until it comes about that his will is better served by our deaths. And we will love and care for his people. Galatians 6:10, Colossians 3:12, 15. We will see to the needs of the elderly and sick. We will protect others from harm, whether from abortion, euthanasia, human trafficking, or other abuses. While the sanctity of life can be the foundation, love must be the motivation. Well, it's very, very well, as you can plainly see, as of what I am learning, we all know human life is part of our inner being when it is not really that holy in such a way that God is really holy. We have so many topics to discuss that most people do not talk about these days, something that we ought to just bring it up to this very day. And having to try to get motivated. And if you admit to all of those issues coming up, bringing forth to all of them, right in private and with your families, chances are you might get better. And what's so really awesome about this is we will absolutely love God with all of your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and to respect others whom they may or may not have a chance to. But if you do not respect God, then you will probably not have a better relationship with him. But if you do respect God, then obviously the chances of having a better relationship is absolutely a good one. And you will like it too. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Goodbye.